Igor, you and I shall be at the very heart of a scientific enterprise that will change the world. We shall create a life out of death. It's alive.
Do you realize how significant this is?
Oh, I have an inkling.
I'm Detective Inspector Turpin. I'm here to investigate missing body parts.
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
Are you not afraid to challenge the natural order?
Mr. Frankenstein.
No. And it's Frankenstein. We shall create a man after our own image. Questions? Well, you're welcome.
Daniel, we'll start with you. I think when you were cast and they said you were playing Igor, it was really kind of interesting thing because I was like, how's that going to work? We all know Igor from, you know, the old movies, and it was obviously nothing like you and very different. And did you just get a script and said, oh, that's kind of...
No, I read the script first. So I think I don't know what I would have thought if they just asked me. But yeah, I mean, I read the script, so it sort of came very complete in my mind, and you know, that it wasn't just sort of Igor as we've seen him before, but Igor as a very, you know, involved kind of character in the story, and also, I mean, you know, you sort of, you know, there are certain things you have to do for Igor. I know people think of, you know, the Hunchback and things like that. So the fact that the script found a way of doing that, but then also found a way of kind of playing around with that idea and sort of subverting it was very appealing.
James, you really seem to relish in playing a mad scientist and having this ego. When you got this role, it was sort of like, okay, this is great. I can just really go full out and...
Yeah, pretty much. No, I'm quite a humble person, really, even if I'm shown off sometimes as an actor, do you know what I mean? But the more you get to sort of show off and sort of go for it and have that, to indulge in ego is not something that most of us do.
No.
But when you indulge in the ego of someone who literally thinks they are God, it's kind of fun to do that, you know? So yeah, I had a ball. I really liked it. And I think we like to watch uncompromising people, and Victor compromises but twice, I think, in this movie, and it's only because you're the only person in the world that actually gets him and gets through to him, and even then he's a bit like, oh, I like it. All right, I'll compromise. But and I think that's always something really attractive in certain characters. As long as sometimes when they're the lead, it doesn't work. But if you're the sort of the side lead or whatever, then it can work really good.
You know, when I spoke to Paul, he mentioned that there is a version of this movie with the roles reversed. You guys see that at all?
Maybe that's why we were getting asked about it so much early on.
Oh, maybe, yeah, okay.
Because there were a few, on the first couple of days press, everyone was like, did you ever consider swapping roles? We're like, not really.
I would love to play Igor as well, though, that's the thing. So I don't know, and you know, the fact that Danny did it on stage with Ben and with Johnny makes you think, no, but maybe that's why they keep bringing it up, but maybe the reason they keep bringing it up is because there is something about the monster and the doctor, and you are definitely monstrous like it seems at the beginning of this film, so maybe there's something that makes us respond by saying, do that. What a rubbish answer.
That's a great answer. But yeah, no, we didn't actually do job swap day on set. But you never know, if there is, you know, if they do the sequel, maybe that's the sequel. Just same exact film, shot for shot, just different roles.
Is job swap day on a set? Is that a normal thing in movies? Job swap day?
It's something that kind of gets joked about sometimes. It's like, yeah, we'll come in and I'll work the camera and yeah.
Wow, that would be really interesting. Then they put it on the DVD, put that on the...
Yes, although I don't think there would anything be filmed if I was actually working the camera. So.
Yeah. One thing that's interesting about the movie is it has a very different tone than anyone expects, just because we're so used to Frankenstein. There's a lot of humor. There's a lot of kind of, which we've seen like just in your Comic-Con, which is hilarious. I mean, you have a lot of chemistry. Was there a lot of chances to kind of improvise or do things kind of a little in that regard?
Max definitely wrote something that was meant to be funny at times.
Yeah,
that had a comedic energy as well as a dramatic and sort of horrific energy as well. And you know, that's testament to the fact that he wasn't trying to do an adaptation of Mary Shelley's book. He was trying to do an adaptation which incorporated all of the versions of Frankenstein that we have, and one of the major elements of that sort of Frankenstein back catalogue that we have in our head, whether you've seen anything or not, is Mel Brooks's one, which is hilarious, and it's now taken up a huge chunk of what we think of when we think of Frankenstein. So it had to be incorporated. Yeah, so he was definitely after that, but we definitely had free rein to make stuff up as well.
Yeah. Cool. And I'm sure at this point in your career you're sick of Harry Potter questions, but I'm curious. having this connection, are you going to get to see Fantastic Beasts for everyone else? Do you have a kind of a little bit of a in?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
no
He's
problem.
really excited about it, but I
James
get
is-
really
James
bored.
He'll do the same
on
if I
my
ask you
behalf.
Professor X questions. So, he'll do the same when I ask you an X-Men
No,
question.
I don't know who that is.
It's weird. I don't have any insider information, nor will I probably be seeing an early copy of the film. I will be experiencing it like a fan, like everybody else. So
Yeah, that's what's curious. If you
Remains
have
to
an
be
insight,
seen.
we go like, I can get to see it before, you know.
I got nothing. No inside track, I'm afraid.
You have the chance to be part of
Oh,
something.
what?
Being electrocuted?
Chased by monsters and hunted by the police.
Well, if you're going to concentrate on the dark side...
Be careful, Mr. Frankenstein. You toy with wrathful forces.
I cannot argue with that.